Good morning, bearable traders. This is Dmitry, and today was my first green day of the week. Total for my going live, it's been 3 green days and 4 red days, and it's been 4 really tough red days. They were consecutive, and they were all this week, and it was really tough to recover from emotionally. So today I'm really happy that I had a green day. Great way to finish off the week and start off the weekend, and I'd like to share my trade with everybody. So I traded SGMO, Sangamo Therapeutics, today. Just because I'm familiar with the stock, I had it in my IRA a few months ago. And I'm just interested in the CRISPR stocks, and I follow them. And it had bad earnings, and it gapped down on those bad earnings, about 9% or so. So I thought I'd watch it for a potential short. And it didn't have the volume, and so that's why nobody else was watching in the chat room. But I thought I'd just keep an eye on it, just because I'm comfortable with the stock and I kind of know it. So on the daily, I see these right here. This was a good setup for me. I'm really happy with this trade. On the daily, I see that it had so many nice levels. Right here was a nice support, came back up, good support over here, good support over here. But then you can see that today it broke that support. Broke all these levels here. So I thought I'd find another level a little further back. So here we go. We're looking back here. This is back in 2017. So you can see a clear level here around the 1166. Bodies are closing, opening. This one is kind of closing, opening, and this one kind of, this one here, you can see it touches here, touches here, touches here, touches here, here, and here. So I thought that's a really good level, and I looked at a level here, and then that was as far down as I thought it would go. So now if we come back to today, so I made a plan before, and that's really important. I made a plan, and I stuck to it. So my plan was I'd watch it at the open, we'll wait for the first 5 minutes, and then we'll think about taking it short if it breaks this 1165 level. So I saw that it came up, choppy, sold off down to this level, got bought back up, and then you can see came back down here. And then I thought that I wanted a good entry, so I thought that it looked weak. Bad news, looked weak, sold off. So I went short here I went short here at 1167. There wasn't a clear a stop for me in terms of technical level, so I just put a 10-cent stop on it, just like midway through this candle around 1177. So it was a 10-cent risk for me. And then it went just as planned. It broke this level and sold off. And then this level I drew back from the daily chart, and I thought that would be my first profit target. So it's a 10-cent risk at 1167 is my entry. Stop at 1177, and my first profit target is 1132. So that is a 10 to 35 cents. So a little over 1 to 3, and it went just as planned. Sold half right above this level, and then it found the bottom here around 11 and came back up. So I just got all out. That was a good trade, but I just kept watching it. I didn't want to let it go. I thought there was still opportunity there, so I kept watching it, and I'm seeing that. Found the low at 1102 here. On the 5-minute, had a little inverted hammer here, and so I was watching it for. Now I'm watching it for a potential reversal. And granted, I did overtrade a little bit. It got a little choppy, and I should have waited longer. So I got chopped up here. Went long, got chopped up. Went short, got chopped up. But the most important thing is I was looking at it, and I saw that it held this $11 level. And look back on the daily, there's no significance at $11, but it is a whole dollar figure. So every time it came back down to this 1102, I just saw this montage light up all green. It was just, people were just buying, buying, buying. So I thought that, and it happened, it was like a triple bottom on the 1 minute. Made a bottom here, found the bottom here, and found the bottom here. So I was convinced that it would, if it broke that level, it would continue going down. But if it didn't, it would be a nice long. So I went long here at 11.12, and my stop was obviously below 11 at 10.99. That's a 13-cent risk. And my profit target was, I thought that if it just kept going, if it didn't go to 11, it would have to go up to VWAP. And that was my profit target. And I was going to sell everything at VWAP, and I did, and it went well. So that's a 13-cent risk, a 30-cent reward. It's about a 1 to 2.5 risk reward. And so I was watching, and I was so confident I wanted to add more shares, but I didn't, because nothing's for sure here. But one thing I wanted to mention, and this is something William mentioned in the chat a few days ago, and that's why I wanted to add more, is right here, the 9 and the 20 crossing the 50. And you can see there's, it's kind of doing this little number. And then, I was waiting for this pop. I knew it would be quick if it happened. And then you can see right here, the 50 crosses the 9 and the 20. And then boom, this giant pole over here. And as soon as it got to VWAP, I was done. I was out. I sold everything. And it was a good day in the green. And so that's it. It's just a huge relief. It's nice to have a win, especially on a Friday. And I hope everyone else did well. And that is it. Have a good weekend.